what you're wanting to begin to acknowledge is that there are plenty of avenues for money to come in. And it's just like your analogy about the air in and the air out and the air in and the air out. You are more comfortable when you allow the air in and you allow it out. In other words, we don't see any of you out on your porch trying to breathe all of the air for the day in all at once, and then you just go through the day letting a little out and a little out and a little out. And you don't want to do that with money, it seems. Yes. You don't want to have a big sale of something where you've got a big chunk of money and then money out, money out. That's what's making you uneasy. But we want you to begin saying, relative to dollars, it's not quite like breathing in and out, because with dollars, I can take longer, slower breaths in and longer, slower breaths out. In other words, I have plenty of money that's in, and now, while this money is going out, and there's plenty of it, there will be other avenues for it to come in. These are the kind of conversations you want to have. And as you relax into that, it is our promise to you that all of the money that you will ever want will always flow to you. You will reach the place, and not very far from now, where the money will flow in faster than you have time for it to flow out. In other words, it's going to start piling up on you. We're not kidding you. And as it begins to pile up on you, you're going to have to stretch your ability to let it out. And we encourage that you do that, because it is as much out of balance for you to let it out faster than you let it in as it is for you to let it in faster than you let it out. Did you hear that? In other words, you're wanting this balance, so why not begin the process of mentally letting it out even before you physically let it in? Begin expressing the money. Think about what you'll do with the money. Expend the money. We encouraged Jerry and Esther and those who were talking to us in the early days about money to put $100 in their pocket and spend it all day long. I could spend it here, I could spend it here, I could spend it here. It's great fun to think of all of the things. And some said, oh, Abraham, you haven't been physical lately. $100 won't go very far. And we said, spend it 1,000 times today, and you've spent $100,000. And that goes a long way in getting the juices flowing in your financial vibration. So as we're moving forward here today, we want to show you how to tell your new story. We want you to tell the story of what's over here in your vibrational escrow. You don't need to keep telling the story of why you put it in vibrational escrow. You don't have to explain to the universe. Your mother, we sort of got that. Your mother, you found that if you pleaded a really needy case, sometimes she'd give up the goods. But when you plead a needy case to the universe, you hold yourself in the vibration of need, and the universe, the abundant universe, cannot give you. Your need cannot be fulfilled. Your needs cannot be fulfilled. Need and fulfillment are opposite vibrations on the vibrational scale. If you need it, you can't get it. Isn't that interesting? Jerry and Esther have a lovely friend who's a waiter at a restaurant in Boston. They look forward to seeing him twice a year when they go back, and they eat there every day for the time that they are there. They become very good friends, and he gives them the most delightful experience. There is everything about him that they adore. And on the next to the last night, Esther gave him a very remarkable gratuity. And the next night, he said to them, I don't need that kind of gratuity from you. And Esther said, and if you did, we wouldn't give it to you. We never give out of need. We don't look around for lackful people. It defies the laws of the universe. When you are in your thriving, that's when you draw from us. The more someone thrives, the more we want to play. The more someone needs, the more invisible to us they are. When you are a vibrational match to thriving, you hook up with the other thrivers that law of attraction has amassed in your vibration. When you hook up with needers, you hold yourself apart from the thriving you've asked for, and law of attraction hooks you up with other needers. It's just law. It's just truth. It's just fact. It's just evidence of vibration. So you can play it any way you want. You can tell a needy story. You can tell a prosperous story. And if you're in need, we understand how the needy story comes easier. Those words are easier, and in many cases you've practiced them longer, and you have very funny stories to tell in your needy way. But if you will begin practicing the new story, if you're in need and you tell an angry story instead of a fearful or powerless story, your angry story will serve you, because there's more empowerment in your angry story than there was your needy, powerless story. But after a while, your angry story will not serve you. After a while, a less angry story will serve you better. And after a while, a story of frustration will serve you. Now, if you're really feeling powerless, don't try to tell a positive story. You'll choke on your own words and trip over your own tongue. It will backfire because those vibrational frequencies are too far apart, and you can't fake it. You can't fake a vibration to the universe. So, if you are telling a story of frustration, now try to tell a more hopeful story. And once your hopeful stories on the dominant subjects of your life become normal practice stories to you, when you start feeling hopeful, when you are in a place of hope, you are in the vibrational range of your vortex. And if you can stay there, if you can manage to maintain a hopeful story, I'm really looking forward to wouldn't it be nice if? Wouldn't it be nice if? Won't it be nice when? If you can maintain those good feeling stories, you'll be close enough to this vortex that it will bring you in to where the rendezvous and the things that you've been asking for are. And then, as the manifestations begin to occur, you easily move from hopeful into knowing. Do you need to know something before it will be? No. You just need to be within range so that the universe can show you that it is. In other words, when you believe something, the universe will show it to you again and again. But how can you believe something you doubt? You have to work your way into closer and closer and closer belief. And when you get into the range of belief, the universe will give you the evidence to take you all the way in. And once you begin hanging around in belief on those subjects, you will come to a place of knowing. You will know your power. You will know your value. You will know the well-being of this time-space reality. You will know the well-being of the eternal nature of that which you are. You will know the reason for your being. You will come to remember that you came forth not to fix things that are broken. You came forth to explore the environment, to make things that are better through the clarity of that which you are about. You are focusing mechanisms. You are creative genius. And you create through the stories you tell, through the thoughts you think, through the life you live, through the vibration that you offer. You have control of the vibration you offer because you have control of the thoughts you think. And you have control of the thoughts you think because you have the capacity to tell an improved story no matter what. You got to let go of the idea that you are a documentarian here describing the history of where you live. Many, in their quest for truth, in their quest for knowing what's really going on, they have demanded from you that you tell it like it is. Tell me the truth. Tell it like it is. Tell me where you've been, what you've been doing. Tell me where you are. And we say, don't do it. Don't do it. It will root you to the spot. Tell it like you want it to be. Tell it as it is becoming. Tell it as you've hoped for. Tell it as you've dreamed for. Tell it as it exists in reality, in vibrational escrow. Tell us where you're going. Tell us why you want to go there. Tell us what it will be like when you get there. Train yourself into the vibration that matches who you really are and what you really want. And let life in its real life manifested form reflect it back to you vividly. What do you want to talk about? That was really good, by the way. That was really, really good.